God, don't do this to me. That's okay. It's done. So I press the button live.
I think I can record it as well on my end.
This meeting is being streamed. Yeah, I think we are live.
We are live on Facebook. It says meeting is now streaming live on Facebook.
Yeah, but I'm just checking if I can actually see myself live in Facebook.
Check as well. Hello, Facebook family. If you're live, if you're someone who's watching there and listening, give us a wave.
Yeah, I think we are live.
Hello,
It's
family,
looking.
if you're live.
Yeah, fantastic.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it is live. Yes. Let me just. Fantastic. Very good morning to all. I know you all will be working very, very hard in your care homes or wherever you are now. But we just thought, this was the only convenient time for us both to make a live video to present our lovely Vita Marie to you. So Vita is an amazing person, and she used to work as a care manager and an amazing, passionate healthcare professional, now turned into a yoga teacher by practicing a couple of years. I mean, we will get into the details very soon. And we are doing a session with yoga, free session, yoga session for all the people who works in health and social care sector at this, difficult time, I would say, and to bring back, the power of self-awareness, the calmness into our lives in order for us to perform better to look after our own people very well. So I think Vita has lots to say. Vita has a great story. I'm sure this free flowing conversation will actually help you to reflect on your own life, how to become more resilient, how to bring calmness into your life and be a better professional. Vita, we are so blessed to have you on live here. I know you are in Philippines and the time is late at night, but thank you for bringing that smile even at nighttime. So yeah, so Vita, tell us your story, where you started, journey of your life to share with our audience, please.
Wow, that's a lot. Well, I first wanted to say thank you, Isaac, for creating this platform, for allowing myself to share what I do best. To everyone who doesn't know me, my name is Vita, and I am the author of the upcoming book, Wisdom from a Yogi, 9 Secrets to Health, Happiness, and High Performance. I'm also the founder of Vitality Yoga Philippines. Well, to tell my story, it's a long way to go, really long way. I started my career in the UK back in 2011. I was sharing this a while ago to Isaac, how everything started and how did I end up here eventually. I started my career 2011. I fell in love in the health and social care industry. Back then in the Philippines, I was a nurse. I was working as a nurse. I'm a registered nurse by profession. And I already have that passion of helping people to, be healthy, be happy. But then I felt like all throughout my entire career, I felt like there was something missing. I felt like I can help other people, not just when they're ill, but I can even help them and maybe create something, but I didn't know how to put it together then. So I always have the passion of going abroad, studying, maybe coming from, a developing country. You always have that kind of vision or kind of inkling to go abroad and make a difference and to what's happening all the way there and all that sort of things. So being a nurse was my passport to go abroad. And then I started, as a carer, because that was the opportunity I had. I came there as a student, and that's the reason why I relate so much with Isaac's story, because when I read that, the 7-day challenge, and I read Isaac's story, I immediately said, oh my God, I resonated with this person. And that's how I started as well. I started as a student. I started working as a carer, being paid a very minimal, wage. But then I really love what I do. It's so different. My first role then was a private carer, was looking after an elderly woman with depression. Being a carer, and I said, maybe I could do something else. And so I went ahead and I met so many different amazing people in the health and social care industry. And I'm grateful for the people I have met who have taught me and mentored me. So I fell in love with the industry. I didn't pursue my nursing until, I stepped up the ladder. I became a care manager, assessor, trainer, all of those things I did. So that was my story.
Oops.
No, being a care manager back then, I felt like it was a complete, it was something that we all want to achieve when we're all starting in the health and social care industry. But when you're already there, up there, you begin to understand and look at the equation, to see both of the equation, being a carer, being the clients, running a care manager. And I realized, as a care manager, or a healthcare professional itself, we face a lot of challenges, time management, self-care, your ability to motivate your staff, your ability to retain staff, your ability to adapt into change. But then my time as a care manager, I didn't have enough support. And that's when I started to begin to, step back. What can I do? How can I make a difference? How can I, create something that will make a difference in the health and social care industry? I turned into yoga because I felt so depressed and so stressed when I was working as a care manager. I felt like I didn't have enough support. Um,
Vita, I think
and I said,
that's a point that we want to elaborate a bit. And sorry for interrupting you.
yeah, yeah.
Uh, so you said, how was your days when you were working as a manager? Can you explain a bit more? What were the challenges? Were you able to look after yourself? If not, why? In yeah, explain a bit more. What were the challenges during that time? Because what I see in the sector is most of the people who are in those sort of role, they are drowned in that rabbit hole so much, and they don't
Yeah,
recognize that they are in a rabbit hole, and they try to dig deeper and deeper, seeing that one day they will see the sunlight, which never they
yeah,
will.
yeah.
Explain clearly, how your days were like a manager,
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
if you can, please.
Yeah, yeah. This is going back to, 3 years ago. 3 years ago, as running a care business, this was a domiciliary care business. So we have 50, 100 clients coming in, almost 150 staff. Um, I agree with you that, your day as a manager, well, I can only, speak for myself. It was most of the time trying to comply, trying to do things, trying to, you know, people have this expectation of you as a care manager to be at your best all the time, to meet the standard, to be the outstanding care manager, to be able to tick all the boxes, make sure everything's safe, make sure, there's a high standard delivery of care. But that's all good, but you can only sustain that for a matter of few months. Research shows that in the first 1 year, of managers, they quit. Why? Because they don't have enough support. And I believe my experience that time, I didn't have that enough support as a care manager. I didn't even have time for myself, even going to the gym, for God's sake, because you know I was just so busy. I was busy running in my head. I was busy being the best about, how do I wanted my team to become, and how I wanted to portray myself to become. And I feel like most care managers are running into that rabbit hole as well. Most care managers are just doing, just going into their doing mode. And so I turn around my life when I realized that my work is now beginning to become who I am, rather than I am beginning to become the person I wanted to. Um, I felt like, what is this all about? This, I felt like I wasn't making any difference at all, because I'm just constantly tired. It's like you're just constantly trying to be the best for other people. But I think that's the reason why most people in the health and social care industry, or healthcare professionals, they are the most stressed. They I feel like they are looking after other people, but the person that they have neglected is themselves. So that's when I started to turn around. I started to begin to look for other things. I turn into other things.
I think that's a very valid point. We are very good in looking after other people, but we are not good in looking after ourselves. So, from my own experience as a manager, I had to go through the struggling times that you have been to as well. But at some
Yeah.
point, I realized that, unless I don't look after myself, I can't be in my best. So, once I started looking into strategies of how, what kind of habits that I need to develop in order to be the best manager, then that's how the life becomes so easy and happy, and my productivity was improved, and I was able to look after people well. And it's a simple concept, and it comes as a lot of practice. So
Mhm.
tell us, tell us what how did you end up being a yoga teacher? Tell us that journey, please.
That journey was a profound kind of change in my life and in my career. Um, I feel that we always wanted to be someone else in the world. We always wanted, to look good on paper. Our CV looks good, but then what is lacking is our ability to look within ourselves, and to go within ourselves, and to understand and look, what is my purpose here? What am I doing here? um, Given that all those stress, all those challenges that I faced, and it was a turning point in my life. I actually, because I was in the verge of so stressed, almost in the verge of depression, I didn't really know what to turn to. Um, and I began to turn within myself. At some point, um, I, I began to I saw this person, and I met this friend, and she was practicing yoga. I said, "What is yoga?" And it just, I just put it in my mind. Okay. And then she taught me some stuff, and I thought, okay. But then my focus was, no, I need to be in the UK, because I'm on a visa, being a student, being from, developing country, from other country, I want to stay. So I wanted to prove something to myself, that, hey, I can be successful. But then, life pulls you into a different direction that sometimes we don't know. Um, and that time when everything was falling apart in my career, I didn't eventually I you know the company that I was working with, eventually they said, oh well, we can't do any sponsorship. um, and I only have so much time, like little time left. I have to go home. And that was the turning point. And that when I started to look at my life in a bigger picture, and ask myself, you know where where is this taking me? Why is this happening to me? And how can i how can I turn it around? So those are the questions that's happening in my mind. And that time my relationships were falling apart, because I was a mess, because i I was in a mess, and I didn't look at myself uh, deeply. I was not in connection of who I am, and all I wanted to see was success, success. I was so focused on success, but success is actually um, looking within and finding what's your deeper calling, what's your deeper passion. And I was so down that time. I was actually in a beach and I was crying because I didn't know where to go. I was in on a crossroad, um, and I didn't have any money. I didn't have any job. I have to go back home within 30 days. In the UK back then, I had to sell everything that I own. It's like a rug being pulled under my feet. So I have to really, sit down and look at my life. Where am I going? So I prayed really hard. I don't know if if you um, believe in the power of prayer. So that's the only time that I sat down and really looked and asked God, where am I going? And I don't know, at some point, if you believe in the universe or the spirit, whatever it is, at some point it says to me, do yoga. And I thought, do yoga? That's the last thing I would do yoga. And so that time, I spoke to my partner, and he said, why don't you go to a retreat? Like, a retreat? Where? Bali. So after the UK, I went to Bali, and that's when my spiritual journey started. That's when I came to realize that the only thing I need to go is not outside of myself, but within myself. And that's when I began to understand that the reason why I had to go through all those challenges, it's because I believe that life is not, it's life is happening for us. It's there, all those challenges, all those roadblocks are there to expand and grow us. And that's when I begin to realize I have a bigger purpose. And that's when I began to create uh, vitality yoga. And I said, I'm going to turn this around. I'm not even thinking about, I'm going to earn more money. I'm not even thinking about that. It's about my journey. I said, I'm going to turn this around. I'm going to go back. I'm going to face all those shame thoughts that I have. I'm going to face all those ridicules and everything about me. And I'm just going to go there and observe and see and just be and just allow life to unfold. And from there, I began to meet people. I began offering yoga to my local community. Back then, yoga wasn't really popular in where I live. It's something that people think it's for the rich. It's a posh kind of activity. And I felt like I've introduced them into something that has helped them to calm their lives a little bit, to see life differently, to see health and wellness um, in a different point of view. Um, and from there, I grew from being delivering local classes to um, to going national, to being working with people on a national level, working with national government, talking to officials, to people that when I was a nurse, you know they didn't really knew me. But then when I started to follow the deepest passion and the purpose, the calling that I had, I began to see that, hang on, I can make a difference here. In in all of those things, if I look back now, didn't happen because I made a goal. It happened because I created a sustainable practice in my life where I stepped back, I meditated a lot, I go within myself. I had to move from the person that I was to the person that I was becoming.
Mm.
So that was the turnaround. And
That's
then I met Isaac, and I met all of you.
that's an
uh,
amazing story, Vita. That's
which,
fantastic. And the things that you have, I know there is a lot more to what you have shared with us. But hats off to you for surviving all those through all those crises and showing that smiley face. It's amazing. It's I think
thank
this is
you.
what we want to show it to the sector now. I think the sector itself, the health and social care sector itself, has gone through, especially the employees, has gone through the toughest time of their career journey, and
Yeah,
they
yeah,
are they're all deeply passionate, and they want to care for other people. I think the looking back and stepping back and thinking, how can I look after myself, is a sort of question that they need to ask themselves. And that's why I wanted to, as soon as you came into my radar, I realized, okay,
yeah,
this person has been through what we have want to hear about, and this person has got a solution as well. So I the that's why we are even talking now, because I know that you've been through the journey and you can actually make a difference to other people's life. So my next question to you was, what was your deeper calling, and what difference are you making to people's life now, and how is it actually helping you as a person, or your motivation or your inner drive?
mm, mm. Um, we all think that, this could be either people working in the healthcare sector or people working in the care sector. We all think that, we have to do big things to, to leave a legacy or to make a difference. But it's actually how you live your life.
Yeah.
It's just how you live your life day in and day out. How you what you are, and simple as when you meet people in your home, in your office, or your employees, if you're a care manager. It's just how you talk to them, how you understand them, bringing back that human touch in the care sector. I've noticed this, being a nurse, or being a care manager. We were so busy, ticking boxes, that we forgot to be human in the care sector. um, and we are in the business of people. So uh, I think that's the most important part. So just, just begin to live your life in a way that, don't feel like you have to, be legendary or live a legacy. It's just how you live your life day in and day out. My drive, my drive at the moment is, I feel that, people in the healthcare sector, they have faced insurmountable stress, pressure, anxiety. We have been overworked. We have gone so much challenges. My drive now is to make mental health, to create more voice, to create more noise about mental health, and how we can begin to have more wellness program within healthcare sector, not just in the healthcare sector, in every industry. I think and I feel that people need wellness program. People need a program that will help them to motivate, that will help them to inspire, to go to work, that will, not, we spend so much of our lives working. Might as well create an environment where it's safe for all of us, where there is a program for all of us that is safe to, you know to to just to be healthy, to be healthy in the mind. Most number one absences and number one causes of losses of the company, and number one reason of absenteeism in the workplace is mental health problems. And the pandemic, this pandemic had showed us that in 2005, World Health Organization, oh, sorry, in 2015, World Health Organization anticipated that by 2020, anxiety and depression will become an epidemic. So either you're in Germany, you're in the UK, you're in Tel Aviv, you're in the Philippines, we're all gonna feel a sense of depression and anxiety and stress. So it's not going away.
Mm.
And how do we do that? How do we fight back? How do we step up? How do we take back our power? By big, becoming a much better person, by creating more programs um, uh, sort of strong, that will help people to be resilient in times of crisis, in times of challenges.
Hmm. Oh, absolutely. I think I just want to reiterate the importance of, uh, most of the people that I come across in the social care sector, uh, they are not even aware that they are actually having anxiety every day in and out,
Right.
and they have no self-awareness of they're constantly being trapped in the state of anxiety. So having anxiety for a long time is increases your risk of heart disease and other problems that comes along with it. So it's most of the time anxiety is a I'm not the health guru in order to speak like that, but most of the time anxiety is a perceived it's a we may tend to be anxious about things that may not be even real. So your mind might be over proportionating, it's making it look like a bigger thing, but actually when you put that into paper, it may be something that's easily solvable. So having that self-awareness, you have really touched on the point that unless we look after ourselves, like going deeper in, and that's where the real potential is going to come out, isn't it? I mean, it's
Yeah.
coming from my own experience. I accepted who I was, how I look, and where I'm from. I can't change all those things. As soon as I accepted it, and this is how I am, and those people who want to work with me, or those who like me, will come along and work with me. So in the
Mm,
same way, those people who are going through the struggles that they you just shared may want to work with you. Those who resonates your ideologies or your thinking will come towards you naturally, and that's the type of people that we want to work with in order to change their life as well. So that's very important. So I mean, I keep on talking again and again. So tell me about your book, Vita. You know uh, going from a carer to a nurse to a wellness person, teacher, and now you're writing a book as well. Tell us more, and
yeah.
when will it be published, and where can we buy it from?
Yeah. So the title of the book is called Wisdom from a Yogi: 9 Secrets to Health, Happiness, and High Performance. The book is just a collection of everything that I have tried and I have learned
Yeah.
from all the struggles I had, and what worked, what didn't work, and just just to help people how to be how to be in that state of happiness, how to be how to be healthy, even in the challenges. Those are just a collection of all the learnings I had, all the learnings I learned from different people, and my learning as well from everything. um Hopefully, I'm crossing my fingers, everything will be okay by next year, earlier next year, and everything will be okay. I'll let you know where to buy, how to buy it, how
Okay.
to yeah, definitely.
Fantastic. And
um,
we are, for those people who are watching this later or now, we are hosting a free yoga session for health and care professionals this weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 1 hour each. yeah, Vita is going to teach us some basics to give you an idea or a flavor of how yoga looks like. So if you haven't practiced yoga ever in your life, or have practiced and didn't have a routine, or didn't get a chance to practice it earlier, then please join. So we will share the links wherever you're watching here, and we will share the link. Just sign up and join. And there might be, everyone knows more, at least one thing more than us, and definitely Vita knows a lot more than us about yoga, so she should be able to bring a lot of happiness into our own life. So that's something that I want to share very much. And Vita, do you have anything else to share, or shall we wind up here? What do you think?
Just a little bit about just to give them a bit of idea of what are they going to expect tomorrow. Sorry, on I'm excited. I
Saturday.
said tomorrow. On Saturday, on it's a weekend. I call it a weekend retreat. The power hour. So power hour is more of a weekend retreat. 1 hour each and every day, we come together to develop a certain habit, to develop a certain powerful habit that you can take away with you, so that when you go back to your homes, to the people that you're with, to your team, you take some concepts, some ideas that could transform your life and their life. So it's packed full of calming and relaxing yoga. I'm going to teach you certain postures that you can take away with you to help you calm down and relax. I know, sometimes we don't even have time to do any kind of movement, but these are simple things that you can take away with you. And at the same time, you will learn some concepts as well. I think Isaac touched on one a while ago, which is self-awareness. So day one is going to be the power of self-awareness. This is so, so important. You know, I can relate to what you were saying a while ago, that most people, they don't even know that they're experiencing certain anxiety. So, they go on with life and thinking, you know, what happened to me? So when you have that certain awareness, you begin not just to look at what are my strengths, but what are my triggers? You know, what am I feeling right now? Like getting in touch with our emotions again, getting in touch to who we are again. When you have that, good self-awareness, your self-worth arise. And we need that in the health and the healthcare sector. The power of self-awareness. So many things that we can touch on that. Day two is about releasing your self-limiting beliefs. So they said that your a belief is something that you kept repeating about yourself. So day two, we're going to learn how to release our self-limiting beliefs. So how can we change our limiting beliefs to empowering beliefs, so that, as a leader, as a care owner business, or as a care manager, we are all expected to be at our best. But sometimes we suffer from imposter syndrome, like, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to do this. But how do we release that so that you transform into becoming the better and greater version of you? And when you do that as a leader, you transcend that beyond your team and the care business. And that's how we wanted to be an outstanding. I always say this. I say this to Isaac before. I said, Isaac, I think you hit the spot here, because the 7-day challenge is actually the best, because it teaches you not just to be outstanding in the care business, but to be outstanding first within yourself. And that's why we come together here to teach you first how to be outstanding, how to be an outstanding and better version of yourself. Because if you have this strong practice of self-awareness, of empowering yourself, of motivating yourself, of inspiring yourself, it goes beyond, and that will transpire in the industry, whatever industry you are, healthcare industry, in the homes, in the residential homes, in the clients, in the residents. We don't want, someone who's tired and demotivated to go to work, because your energy, actually your vibration, your energy, is a very strong communication that transpires to other people.
Yeah.
So if you are in that higher level of energy, you begin to create change, you begin to create a greater change in the healthcare industry. And we want that, especially now. We are, in a constant anxiety, constant panic, constant stress. We want care managers, healthcare professionals to be at their best, to be well in their mind, in their body, in their spirit. And that's what we want, a holistic kind of health, not just a physical one.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
Power Hour.
Thank you. Thank you very much for telling us about your Power Hour, Vita. I think this is the important thing. We all know that we are going through a tough time, especially the health and social care professionals and the owners of the care home business or whatever it is. And there is a difference between people who are interested in doing something and who are committed to do something. So
Ooh, I like that.
so the difference is, I do a lot of workshops, free events. Sometimes it's a paid event. Sometimes I deliver a lot of value through free events as well. And I get probably sometimes 50 registration, 100 registration, sometimes 120. And most of the time, what I see the pattern is like around 30-40% of the people are only will turn up most of the time.
Yeah.
And those are the people who I always see every time, because that's the people who are really committed to make a difference for themselves first, so that they can go out and make a difference to wherever they are working. So if you're watching this video, come along. If you feel like this is actually resonating with what you're going through now, come along and join on Saturday 11 o'clock. We will share the link with you, see what Vita has got to share with you, and try to learn from her. And that's going to actually improve your well-being and to make you a better professionals. So see you all on Saturday. And Vita, thank you so much for joining. We'll have to put an end to it. I want to talk to you all day to learn more from you, but I will be, of course, joining you on Saturday as well.
And that's your birthday as well.
So I'll be joining on Saturday with you. So, and it's lovely to have you, Vita. I think now you have discovered what you really want to become, and what you really want to do, what difference you want to make to other people. Let more success come to your way. I'm sure this social care sector needs you now. So with that note, thank you very much, Vita, and God bless you evidently.
Thank you, Isaac. And thank you, everyone. See you on Saturday, November 20 and 21, Saturday and Sunday, Power Hour. Stay committed, stay great, and stay amazing.
Let's do this. Thank you very much, Vita. Thank you. Awesome.
Bye.
Bye-bye.